Hello guys, welcome you once again. So in a previous video what we have done, we have worked on the error handling. Okay, so we have tried to return a proper error in the form of JSON. Okay, so in this video we'll work on unit test case for our code whatever we have written. So let's just start it. I'll open my VS Code. Okay, so let's start working on the DAO layer first. Okay, so this is the DAO layer. Okay, so I have to write the unit test case for this part. Okay, so what are the possible unit test cases I have to identify from here only. Okay, so let's see here. This is one condition. Okay, and this is the other condition. And what it is what it is returning. It is, if it's success, then it is returning the employee, pointed to employee, and if it is fail, then it is returning the pointed to errors. Okay, so the very first condition is what here is that whenever employee ID is not equal to nil, it means that we have data. We have the data with us. Okay, so we have to verify this case as a success. Okay, and if we don't have the data, then we have to handle this also. Okay, so we have to test this cases also. So two cases are possible here. This is the success case and this is the failure case, right? So I'll create one file for testing. So I'll name it as emp underscore dao underscore test. Okay, dot go. Fine, and press enter. Now package should be dao. So you can see these two things already comes. Okay, so this is basically to run the test cases with coverage, and this is to run the test cases within the file. Okay, so that I will show you in a bit later. Okay, so let's start writing test cases. So first of the thing is that I have to write the test case for this function. Okay, so what is the naming convention and what is the recommended way to create test cases in Go? So I'll copy it, I'll go here, and I'll put here like function get employee. Before get employee, I have to put test. This is the naming convention for test. See, it has identified that we are going to write a test. Because of this, I have written test here. Because of this, it has identified that I am going to write a test case for our code. Okay, and the next thing is that we have to put a pointer to testing package dot m. Okay, sorry, dot d. So this is the signature basically, and we have to work on the test cases. So I'll start writing test cases for this condition, for this error condition. I'll try to write for first. Okay, so we'll go in the DAO test file, and uh, so see here we are getting the return type as a, either we'll get the employee or either we'll get the error. So I am writing for error. Okay, so I have to take this. Okay, I have to call this function. Okay, so whatever the parameter it has, I have to call that. So get employee. Okay, and whatever the ID. So here I'll pass some wrong ID. Okay, so that I can I'll get the error here. Okay, and I'll assign it to amp underscore amp comma err. Okay, error. Now the next thing is I'll check. Okay, I'll put a check if emp is not equal to nil. Okay, then I'll do t dot error. Okay, so I'll put a message like emp underscore id with 123 is not accepted, right? Because see, we don't have any employee with id 123. See, only we have one here, 100 with 100. Okay, and I'm trying to hit this method with parameters 1 2 3, so definitely we'll get the error. Okay, so that's why I'm handling this here. And the next thing what I'll check here, if the error equal to nil, it means t dot error, then I'll throw error, then I'll use this error ex accepting error for emp underscore id 123, because yes, we are expecting an error. So if we are passing id as 123, we should not get the error as a nil, right? So that's why I'm checking this condition, that error equal to nil. So if in error we are getting nil, it means that it's a failure condition. Okay, so that failure I am checking here. Okay, and the next thing what I can check is if error dot status code, if this status code not equal to http dot status status dot status not found, then what we have to give, then again it should give the error, because we are working for the error part. Okay, that's why we are giving error here. Okay, so t dot, again we are expecting an error like accepting 404, because we don't have any employee with this id. So emp status when emp underscore id is 123. Okay, so this is are the basic three condition I am checking for a failure on, and we'll rename it like error, test employee error. Okay, so this is the test case for the error, right? Okay, so let's try to run it and see how it's working. So here also you can see, if you have go extension already installed in your Visual Code, then this thing already automatically come and you start writing test case by appending this test at the starting. Okay, so we'll try to run this, run test. Okay, we'll see. So you can see here the test case is successfully passed. Okay, so this is how we can write a test case. Okay, this is the very basic and very simple way of writing any test case in any language, not about Go. Okay, and we will write another test case for the success case. And one more thing, so let's try to check the test coverage. Okay, so when you will click this run package tests, then it will also get the coverage of the test cases. Okay, so let's try to check how much code we have covered. See here, coverage is 67.7. Okay, so I'll show you in here. Okay, you can see here whatever the code it has already covered as a part of test case, it is highlighting that. Okay, so this part it is covered, this part it is covered. Okay, this is part is remaining. Okay, so we'll try to fix this also. Okay, so in the success case, I'll copy this and try to write test case for success. If we have success, then what we'll do, so I'll type like here is no error, and I'll call this with the correct ID. Okay, so this time what I will do, I will so this is the our success case, right? So in here what we have to check, for this particular ID we have the EMP, we have the detail of the employee, okay, and we should not get any error. So these two conditions we can check, and we'll done with our testing and coverage also. Okay, so two things we have to check here, that we don't have any error, right, and we are getting employee details. Okay, so what I will do here, I'll put one more condition here like this: if emp equal to nil, okay, it means that it's a error, because if emp equal to nil, actually this is the case which is not accepted. Okay, and if it occur, then it should be an error. Okay, so like we can write here like emp underscore id with 100 is accepted. Okay, so this is the case we are looking for. Okay, if it equal to nil, then it's a error. Okay, it should actually not equal to nil, right? Second condition which we can check it, if error not equal to nil, then again we have error here, because error not equal to nil, it means that we have error. Okay, for this 100 id employee details we should get, so we are not expecting any error. Okay, so if it's not equal to null, then it should be error, right? And we'll put like not accepting error for emp underscore id 100, right? Let's try to run it and check. I'll just click run. Yeah, and you can see here the test case is success. Okay, so we have written test cases for two cases, that is when we have the error. Okay, this is the test case for failure case. Okay, and this is the test for success case. Okay, so now let's check once again the coverage. So when you will run this, run package test, it will also check the coverage. Let's try to check how much code we have covered now. You can see here now we are covering 100% of the statement. Also you can go to the DO layer, and you can see here, see this part is also got highlighted here now. So now we have full coverage, full 100% coverage of our DO layer. Whatever the code we have written here, it has fully covered in our test cases. So one thing to note here, guys, that our test case looks somewhat complex. Okay, so here you can see that only we have 2-3 lines of code. Okay, and for that this is the way we have written. Okay, so it's looking somewhat complex. Okay, so if we what if we have a big DO layer? Okay, we have a lot of code written over here, lot of conditions written over here. Okay, so if we'll try to check those code by using this way, so it's very complex for us to write. So it's a not recommended way. So in the next video I'll show you a very good toolkit, okay, for assertion, and we'll install it on our local machine, and we'll do assertion using those toolkit. Okay, so that's all for this video, guys. I'll see you in next video. Okay, until then, bye bye and happy learning.